down at Jeff's making stuff again. The belts came on. We're gonna put these on today. So we're gonna put that on. I'm still waiting for some fittings for here and here for the fuel. And nothing goes better than Coke and Diet Coke. Well, we're working on more stuff down here at Jeffrey's. I got a muffler coming in instead of this thing here. So we're gonna cut that off and use that nipple and weld it on the bottom of the muffler. I don't know if you can hear me with that bandsaw cutting. Maybe I'll go over that again. Yeah, let me go down to the basement. How much more we got left? There's the one cut we already did. Doesn't show it. We're up to 2 minutes on that cut. We're just about finished. Now watch this. I'm gonna hit this switch. How you like that, guys? That was my old can cruncher. We converted it. I've showed this in past videos a long time ago. But look at that cut. I don't know if I can get in there. That is nice. Doesn't really show how pretty that is. I don't know why. Didn't take 3 minutes, about 3 minutes to cut that. We're working on this thing here down at Jeffrey's. We're trying to make a table for his, what's that big thing you got down there called? Blockmaster. We're making a table for the Blockmaster to hold that other fixture we just made on. So this is gonna get here. I'll go down and show you while he's making noise. He's taking the burr off the end of it. I'll show you that fixture we made. Working on a little bit of everything. Got the heat on. It's cold outside, rainy, nasty. They're calling for rain and snow on Saturday. We got over a ½ inch of nasty weather. Here's basically what we're making, but bigger. That thing weighs about 80 or 90 pounds. And the piece that we got now, we cut those two pieces. One's gonna go in this section right here. The other one's gonna go in this section right here. And then we're gonna make a long piece that goes down here so you can kind of bolt it up with pieces over here if you need to. And then gonna rise it up 12 inches for a flat plate at the top. And that's that piece that he cut the other day. Here's the heads. This is one of the things this thing is good for. He's just got it kind of sitting in here, but he wants to be able to deck these heads, and this way here you got infinite thing. You go in the exhaust ports. This is why you needed that little adapter, because it would hit back here. So that's that piece there. That's kind of what it does. It's just sitting here. When you loosen these, then you can sit there and fine tune that to perfectly level if you follow that. In other words, this tightens on the shaft here. You loosen these cap bolts here and the cap bolts here, and then you tighten this up here onto the shaft, and then you run this in and out to get your level this way. Then if you got to level it this way, you undo these bolts, okay, and turn this, and that'll start jacking this up to get your angle this this way, or you can do it on this side, either one. If everything's true, you don't probably have to do anything with it. You can probably keep it down on 0. But we're trying to make a thing to go on his Blockmaster to hold that piece. I'll show you. He's got something here now. You got to go get the other one?
Now, see what's happening? These holes are at 31 and we want to be 34, so we got to be 1.5 inches in from the edge with that hole.
Okay.
To make this the same width as the top.
I see. So they ain't in the center.
It's got to be right about there, see?
That clears you totally here?
Well, no, I don't have it slid back.
Oh, that's right. I'm not looking.
I'm left, right.
Yeah.
So if my math is right, it looks like the hole is 31, and we know our max is 34.
Right.
So that's 1.5 inches. So we got to come in 1.5 inches this way by
1.5 inches the other way.
I don't know if it's 1.5 inches.
Well,
No, I'd say it's more like 1 3/4 inches.
so 1 3/4 down, 1.5 inches in.
Got them drilled yet?
I'm watching.
I gotta go clean the oven out.
Clean the oven up.
No.
Anyhow, that's what we're doing. I'll go back up there. You guys got the idea on what that fixture does, but you can put other things in that fixture besides heads. So, I mean, if you wanted to, I guess, put a planer knife in there, if you wanted to put a planer, 24-inch planer knife in there and bolt it down, and then put a diamond cutter like over here. I think he's got a diamond cutter here on this tool sharpener. Maybe not this style, but something like that on there. You could sit there and cut those, or maybe this is a fine one. You could really put a little beveled edge on your what do they call it? Edge with clearance on it if you wanted to. Convex edge or concave edge maybe. Edge with relief, so it didn't hit. It would, after it cut, it turned up. Kind of like they do on a knife with a big thing, but I guess you could put a knife blade on it, but it had to be straight. Now he's up here making noise. I was coming up here not to make noise. Anyhow, those pieces will go on the bottom, and then we're going to put angle iron on here that comes up. The bolts are going to go in here. We're going to have to do some measurement before we start drilling to make sure they're where we want them. So I had to go show you now that maybe you can hear me. He ain't making so much noise with that cutter. Let me turn this noise down.
Here's call
85. Anyhow, we got the alternator on there. Jeffrey put it on. He made a custom and a half bracket. Going to put the 2 belts on there. The problem is, can you hear this? We got a water pump problem down here. This goes to the water pump. I bet you can hear that growl a little bit. So that water pump needs rebuilding. So I guess, I don't know if that's going to be the next thing we do, or I guess the brackets are behind that. I don't know where all the crap for that is, to be honest with you. Have to take this filter off here, I guess. We might just go ahead and let it run like that for a while. You know, it's not going to get a whole lot of time on it anyway. This is the return to gas tank or fuel tank thing. It's got to have a restrictor piece in there. That's what this piece here is. It's a, not focusing in. This camera's getting not focusy too much anymore. It's R70. That goes in there because you got to restrict the flow out of the head of the Detroit. So that's where we're at on this. I got to get an amp gauge. We got to put a Another pull thing in here, we had to relocate that. This thing was probably being charged off the alternator in the generator. We've got that, the battery on it now. Got to put some kind of hold down device on it. That looks pretty decent. So, that ain't gonna, there's 5/8. Anyhow, that's it for this one. Over and out. We'll bring you back when we get a little further along. Over and out. Thanks for stopping by.